Practice 11-3, Dividing Polynomials. So when you're dividing a polynomial by a monomial, which is just a single expression, what you can do is just kind of split up these two terms. So you can do 10x divided by 5 minus 25 divided by 5. So we can rewrite this 10x over 5 minus 25 over 5. And we're just going to divide these two. So 10x divided by 5, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So we have 2x minus 25 divided by 5, which is 5. So this is our answer for number 1. Now we have 3x squared minus 6x divided by 3x. So we can rewrite this. So we have 3x squared over 3x minus 6x over 3x. So 3x squared is the same as 3 times x times x. So if we cancel this 3 and this 3 out, and this x and this x out, what we have left is just this x. So we have x minus 6x divided by 3x. X cancel out, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So our answer is x minus 2. So now we have this really long one, but what we're going to do is we're going to, since we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, we're just going to separate them into 4 division problems. So we have negative 8x to the 5th over 8x squared plus 16x to the 4th over 8x squared minus 24x to the 3rd over 8x squared plus 32x squared over x squared, or 8x squared. Okay, so let's take a look. So negative 8 divided by 8 is negative 1, and x to the 5th divided by x squared is x to the 3rd. Okay, 16 divided by 8 is 2, so we're going to carry down this plus sign and say plus 2. And x to the 4th divided by x squared is x squared. What we're doing is we're just subtracting the exponents. So we're going to say minus 24 divided by 8 is 3, and x to the 3rd over x squared, we just subtract 3 minus 2, so that's 1, so x to the 1st power, or just x, plus 32 divided by 8, which is 4, and x squared over x squared, which they just cancel each other out. So this is our answer over here. Negative 1x to the 3rd plus 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. So it gets a little more complicated when we're dividing by a binomial, which is an expression with 2 numbers. So we have x minus 7. So what we do is we're going to do long division. What we do is we take this first number in our binomial and our first number that's being divided, and see how many times this first number can go into the second number. So x into x squared divided by x is x. So, and then we multiply each of these two by this first one. So we do x times x is x squared minus x times 7, which is 7x, and then we subtract this. So x squared minus x squared minus x squared is just 0, and negative 14x minus negative 7x, so that means we're really adding them, so this is going to be negative 7x. Now we're going to carry down this 49, okay? So now we're going to see how many times can this x go into this negative 7x. So negative 7x divided by x is negative 7. And so now, once again, we are going to multiply each of these by this 7. So negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49. So now we subtract these. So negative 7x minus 7x is 0, and 49 minus 49 is 0. So there's no remainder, and our answer is this up here, x minus 7. That's our answer. So now we have x squared plus 4x minus 12 divided by x minus 2. So we're going to look at this x and see how many times it can go into x squared, which it can go in x times. Now we're going to take this x and we're going to multiply x times x, which is x squared, minus x times 2, which is 2x, and we're going to subtract. So x squared minus x squared is 0, and 4x minus negative 2x, so really we're adding, is 6x. So we're going to see how many times this x can go into this 6x, and it can go in 6 times. So now we're going to multiply, so 6 times x is 6x, and then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Oh yeah, and we want to bring down this negative 12. So we have 6x minus 12 minus 6x minus 12, which is just 0, and that means our answer up here is x plus 6, and this is our answer. So once again, we are going to look at this and see how many times this x can go into this x squared, which it can go in x times. So now we are going to multiply this x by each of these expressions, each of these variables. So we're going to do x times x, and that is x squared, and x times 2, which is 2x. And we're going to subtract this. So x squared minus x squared is 0. 5 minus 2x is 3x. And we're going to bring down this 10. So now we're going to see how many times this x can go into this 3x. So it's going to go in 3 times. So now we're going to multiply 3 times x plus 3 times 2. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we're going to subtract this. So we have 3x minus 3x, which is 0, and 10 minus 6, which is 4. So we have this as a remainder because x can't go into 4. So what we're going to say is x plus 3 plus our remainder, which is 4, over our divisor, which is x plus 2. And this is our final answer. Now we have x to the third plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 3 divided by x plus 1. So we're going to see how many times this x can go into x to the third. X to the third divided by x is x squared. Now we're going to take this and multiply each of these. So x squared times x is x to the third, and x squared times 1 is 1x squared. And we're going to take this and subtract. So x to the third minus x to the third is 0. 3x squared minus 1x squared is 2x squared. And we're going to bring down this 5x. Okay, so now we have 2x squared plus 5x. And we want to see how many times this x goes into this 2x squared. So 2x squared divided by x is 2x. So we're going to say 2x. And then we're going to multiply 2x times x, which is 2x squared, and then 2x times 1, which is 2x. So we have plus 2x, and we're going to subtract. So these two cancel out, and now we have 5x minus 2x, and that is 3x. And then we want to bring down this number, which is a 3. So this x goes into this 3 times. So we're going to say plus 3. And now we're going to say 3 times x and 3 times 1. So that is 3x plus 3. And when we subtract, these both cancel out. So our remainder is 0, and that means our answer is x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, so now we have 8x plus 3 plus 4x squared divided by 2x minus 1. So if you notice, this is not in standard form because the biggest exponent is supposed to be first. So we are going to rearrange this when we divide it. So instead of having 8x plus 3 plus 4x squared, we have 4x squared plus 8x plus 3. And now we can divide. So 2x goes into 4x squared 2x times, because 4x divided by 2x is 2x. Now we want to multiply and subtract. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared, and 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. And now we are going to subtract. So we have 4x squared minus 4x squared, which cancels out, and 8x minus negative 2x. So what we're really doing is adding 2x. So 8x plus 2x is 10x, and we're going to bring down this 3. So now we want to see what 10x divided by 2x is, and that's going to be 5. So we're going to say plus 5 here, and then we're going to multiply 5 times 2x, which is 10x, and then 5 times negative 1, which is negative 5. And when we subtract this, we have 10x minus 10x, and that's nothing, and 3 minus negative 5, which means we're adding, so our remainder is 8. So when we go up here, we're going to say plus 8, our remainder, over our divisor, which is 2x minus 1. And this is our final answer. And that is it for dividing polynomials.